welcome back to the channel G-Motive. My name is Greg and today I'm wearing a Ferrari t-shirt and I would like to present to you my latest purchase. So this Maserati Quattroporte, which is also known as a four-door Ferrari. So normally how this video should start in 2026, whoever's reviewing these cars, this should be probably called, what's the easiest way to make yourself bankrupt and live in a skip, because they are so bad, so badly made, so expensive to run, so expensive to repair. So in this video, in series of videos that I'm going to make on this car, I would like to try and see. So I'm putting my own money into this car. I've already bought this car and I will see whether everything you hear and see is actually true. So first of all, let's look around the car and see what the £5,000 has bought me. So I'm not a complete idiot when it comes to cars. I've bought and sold many cars because I do it as a hobby in a way that, I just buy it, I enjoy the cars, try and fix them up a little bit, enjoy it for some time, not to lose money. And then when I get bored, I buy something else. So, I'm not mechanically minded. But on this car, I feel like I can try and do all the repairs myself. So I will be really challenging myself here. I know nothing. I've never changed the discs or pads on the car. I've done a few little bits and bobs, but nothing, nothing major at all. But yeah, so how this car came about, I was actually looking online to buy a Mercedes CLS 350. At night I was scrolling down Auto Trader and I was going to call the dealer about the Mercedes, because you guys, if you follow my channel, I love Mercedes and had many of them. I just love these cars. So yeah, the next day I was going to go and have a look at the car and hopefully buy it, but then the car sold. So I was just scrolling down and this just came up, just scrolling down, looking at different cars. And I'm very sorry about cheesy title or about the cheapest Maserati. Everyone seems to be buying the cheapest of everything in the UK or in the world. But it was the cheapest one on the market at the time. And it wasn't the cheapest in a way that it's only half of the car has been in cold part, it's broken, damaged, or engine doesn't run. It was the cheapest running car, if that makes sense. So it was advertised by a trader and it was the cheapest at the time. So it was advertised at £5,995. So I dropped him a message about the car. We knew it's got no history, no service history, or very little. And I just like the granddad spec in terms of color combination. I love this maroon color and the cream interior. I gave the guy a call, talked about the car. So this car came part exchange to his dealership. He's a 4x4 specialist, so the gentleman who owned it before me traded this car in because he needed a Jeep to tow his caravan. So the trader doesn't know anything about these cars. I told him I'd like to buy it, do videos with it and stuff like that. So all he could say to me is, he always liked one. He liked this one as well, so he took it in part exchange. He's been using it daily for about a week or so, just to see how the car is. And it's not a perfect car. It has no history or very little, but it seemed like a genuine car. So I went with an idea that I'm waiving off my consumer rights completely, and I managed to negotiate it down to £5,000 cash. It was 2 days before Christmas. He had his money tied up in this car as a profit from the another car, because this was part exchange. So it worked for him, worked for me. And I knew when I'm leaving his forecourt, the car is mine, it's on me, whatever happens. So loads of anxiety on the way back. I drove it back 40 miles to here, about an hour around London, and it actually drove fine. So let's have a closer look just around the car and inside of the car before I'll be taking it down to Italian car specialists to have it properly looked at. Okay, so very quickly starting on the front of the car. So as you can see on the registration, it is the 2006. So it's a Maserati Quattroporte, 4.2 litre V8 naturally aspirated Ferrari engine, and it also has the very infamous F1 gearbox, which, as I've learned later, the clutch could probably wear out within 10,000 miles, and it's about £5,000 to make it new, which is what I paid for the car. But so the front of the car, starting with this because it's very controversial, and initially I didn't really like it. I love the back of the car, but not the front. But this is the kind of tribute to the race cars of 1960s and 70s. And now that I've got this car, I've been looking at it quite a bit, and all the other models that I see on the road now, the facelift ones, they kind of lost this kind of retro looking style to the front. So I really like it. So the nice thing about it, I really like the plate, the number plate from Maserati GP. I like the nice and small. I like the front grille chrome, and obviously the Trident official Maserati emblem. So the other emblem is fading away a little bit here. Made a purchase already online on AliExpress, and I bought one for like £7, but it's bigger than this, so it didn't fit. The other really good thing was, so the lights, I've already literally just wiped them down with 3M cutting compound, and these are actually xenon headlights, so, and they work, so they're really cool. So as you can see, so there's some imperfections in the paint, the bonnet of the car, nothing major though. It's a original front screen. There's nice little vents here, very Maserati. They kept it throughout the models, I think, so even now, so they actually work. They do ventilate the engine when the engine's warm and you're standing by the side of the car, you can feel that hot air blowing. And of course, designer Pininfarina, crazy stuff. Really, I love these little touches. What I liked about the car, if you look at the tires, the all P0 tires all around the car, and the actual alloy itself, all of them actually are not in a bad nick. However, I will probably have them refurbished depending on how the car is mechanically. The discs at the front look really good, nearly new. The calipers nice and clean. So that's the things I look at in the car. There isn't really much brake dust on the wheels, so there is some scrape here. And looking at this side of the car, it's quite a straight car. So it's got electric folding mirrors. They don't fold at the moment, so there is a fold there, which I will have to look into, but they are heated and adjustable, and that works. They also dip down in reverse, which is quite cool. I love the chrome handles, and this one, which I didn't know, well, all of them, they have kind of two buttons here. There's two ways of opening these doors, so it's electronic, but if that fails, you've got actually manual release as well, and they open and close in really nice manner. Feel like proper quality product. This one has got sunroof as well, which is quite a rare option. There is an invoice for problem with the sunroof. It wasn't working, it was leaking water into the car, so someone has paid over £4,000 to have that investigated and resealed and back working again. So again, looking at that invoice, so that was only last year or 2 years ago, can't remember now. Someone was really looking after this car, because otherwise why would you spend £4,000 on it? Unless they spend it all, they say no more, they want to get rid of it. And coming to the back of the car, that's why I really like it. Proper Maserati Quattroporte. You can't make a mistake here. It's just such a cool car. Look at that Maserati badging there. So quad taillights, quad exhaust taillights. One of the parking sensors doesn't work, and it's showing up on the dash. So with Maserati, if one doesn't work, means all of them don't work. So that's another thing I will have to look into, because the new one from Maserati is about £200. So the boot, it's got soft close boot. There is some damage which I've seen to this panel here, so it has been repaired in a way that they put washers in it just to hold it in place. Again, it's not something that bothers me greatly. There is some condensation in the boot just here, and also so just to show you the size of it. So that box, Maserati box, I bought it off AliExpress. You know, it was very cheap, but it's cool. I can keep all my bits for the car in there. It's got the original inflation kit from Maserati, which is quite cool. It also has the original toolbox with all the tools in it, which is quite cool. Yeah, I need to investigate moisture coming into this boot. And also, I think just when I was wanting to start the car again, this brake lights, the right brake lights, stopped working. So again, but it's easy access. There is access panel to both sides. So one is here, and I think the other one is slightly bigger one. It's just there where the battery lives. I can show you actually. It all feels really good quality. The battery itself looks quite new. You've got the fuse box just there as well, and to the right you can see that's the access to the bulbs on your taillight. So yeah, around the side of the car, another issue here is it's just materials that are being used by Maserati, I guess. So this is all perishing and cracking up quite badly over there. So some people in the forums, they say they just cut it out and they kind of seal the paint with something else just to protect it. There is, you know, you can buy these parts still, but they're quite expensive. And again, so going around this side of the car, you know, nice and straight car. There's few little dents, but there's no scrapes to bumpers, you know, nothing like that. Again, even the rear tires, it's all P0s, but they're all just quite old and perishing now. Again, the disc looks good, the caliper looks nice. I think there was an invoice for brakes being done recently as well, so there is some, yeah, just that needs a touch up there. But yeah, I mean, really nice. So I've done nothing to this car yet, really, other than I did the clay bar and bit of wax on top. Now it's just under covers, so there's loads of moisture unfortunately on the car. I just wiped it down for the video. Yeah, but let's take a look at the engine bay. Look at this beauty. 400 horsepower Ferrari engine. So I had a quick little wipe down where I could, looking around the engine. The rocker covers actually look pretty good. Alternators just there within the V. There is some kind of sweating of oil just under there, so it could be still that the rocker cover gaskets are getting there slowly. Yeah, but engine bay, I mean, everything looks pretty tidy. Alternator works really well. I had it plugged with computer and it's throwing way above 14 volts, so, which is good. You know, all the fluids look okay. I didn't get a chance to check out oil. One common thing with these is the coolant expansion tank likes to crack, and I can see mine over here, it's already starting to do so. But the coolant looks okay, good level, good color. And this is actually a nice cheap part from Maserati. It's about £45 and I can replace it myself. So I've got damage to this engine bay cover and I reckon I'm gonna fix it myself, do some bonding on it, sanding down and spray it over. You can buy one, I found one for £170, but I think, you know, I can spend it somewhere else, then that's better probably. But look at this, I mean, how can you not buy this car just for that, for £5,000. This is insane. And yeah, well, if we're looking at the engine now, why don't we just start the car? So this will be a cold start, no revving, and I'll do the revving after we've driven it for a while. But listen to this. Now let's have a quick look inside. I mean, look how cool this car is. Everything's leather covered, so it's got the Bose sound system. These rear couch, they recline, and you can adjust the bottom seat as well. It's got this little button here, which I wasn't sure what it does, but with this button, you're able to control the front seat. So like in a limousine. So if you're sitting down here, you can recline your seat and then move the front passenger seat away from you. I mean, how cool is that? It is a four-seater, which I don't understand, because if you look closely, there's 3 seat belts to the back, but it's registered as four-seater. So I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I mean, I'm very happy with 4 seats. It's got the nice sound bar at the back. It's got the electric sun blind, and even looking at the handles, so they're all like magnetic, you know, over-engineered stuff. You can see the head lining sagging a little bit. It doesn't really bother me much because it's nice. Got this little light in the middle that holds it all up anyway. It looks a bit funny, but that is not worrying me at all. So you've got your adjustment here, open and close the doors, and also the roller blind up and down. So these would come with different options as well. You could have had climate control at the back and the screen just in the middle of the seats. Play your TV, watch DVD. So that was quite cool. I think it was about £5,000 option. And moving over to the front again, so there is some wear on the leather here, the armrest. So if you know about Ferraris and, you know, Italian supercars of the era, they'll have the same problem with sticky plastics, just like Mercedes S-Class on the steering wheel of the same era. So they've got it everywhere. So I just started taking some off. So I've done it here. Lucky enough, all the icons here, they stay on the plastic, and the sticky part is just like a clear coat. It's just coming off with age. The driver's seat's a little bit worn as well. Again, not greatly bothered, so I'm going to clean it best I can, but it really needs doing it up. But it's fully adjustable with memory and also heating. So I've also already purchased the floor mats, all 4 of them. Very cool thing here, so that's your shifter for the F1 gearbox, and you actually do have a phone that works if you had a SIM. I mean, that's mega cool. So other than that, so the interior is in pretty good condition, I would say. The only problem is, which you can actually see on the camera, because the dash is all cream, it's got the same issue as the Porsche Cayenne had from that era. If you were to order beige interior throughout, it just reflects in the windscreen so much. You can see it there. Luckily there's this much gap here, so whatever happens you can still see kind of there. But look at this, so this is all wood, Nice real wood. Dual climate control. Climate control works on this car, which is amazing. I just put some power in. Let's see if it engages. So all working. So the middle clock doesn't work. I mean, it just gets stuck, so it's difficult to adjust it. I love the analog dials. Very, very cool. And the steering wheel itself, I'm actually debating about ordering the replacement steering wheel, which is wooden. So brown wood, the same as the other bits on the car. Just keeping my airbags under control. But again, we'll see how the car is after the visit in the specialist. That's electronic as well. Look how nice and slow it opens. Some more Bose speakers just there at the top. I mean, such a cool car, man. Such a cool car. So when people say don't buy them, I just say, why not? Why not? Why wouldn't you? That's my idea. Okay, so now the idea is to take this down to the Italian car specialist. I'll try and have him to chat with us a little bit, but he might not. We'll see. I'll ask him. Either way, so I want him to take a look at this car throughout, so he's gonna see underneath. Because the one thing I didn't do, because I just really wanted to buy this car, which is silly, but they like to corrode, and they got issues with front and rear subframes, and they can be very expensive to purchase. I think they're over £2,000. But also in terms of labor, you have to drop everything to have this replaced. So keeping my fingers crossed. I know the car has some suspension issues, which obviously I'll wait to hear from him. But really what I want to do, let him look at it, scan it with the computer, do this and that, wherever he can find, because these guys, they know what they look for on these cars. And then if he can price it up for us, I'll give you the full breakdown of what's been found and what needs doing. And then I will try and make another video when I'm fixing it all myself, which is crazy. I don't know why I'm even doing this. But I really hope the car's okay underneath, and then I've got some plans for it, and I will record it all here. And I think this is just such a nice car. I think I'm gonna just keep it, you know, so everything else I've got other Audi TT projects which will be on the channel. It might be already out, I'm not sure. I'm gonna send this video out. But yeah, man, like if you can subscribe and you want to see, press the bell icon. That helps me a lot. And we're going to talk a little bit more about how the car drives now, because I have to be in Finchley in not very long time. So better get moving, and yeah, I'll see you on the road. Yeah, so it's gonna rain for the rest of the day. To start the car, you need to pull both gear shifts together, and so the car goes into neutral, and then you fire it up. And then there's a button here for manual shifting, and I normally drive it on the manual. Nice thing, it's got the actual auto wipers and auto lights. It's a cool thing. So, oh guys, I'm so excited, and also very anxious a little bit, I should say. I haven't driven it in the rain yet, and it's quite wet at the moment. So we'll see, you know, if there's any electrical gremlins, exposed wires. Give it a bit of moisture, and it's happy to come out and hunt you. Also, I'm not on my mic anymore because I'm using the GoPro to record this. So I hope you'll be able to hear me okay. Right, so the main thing I'm anxious about is, like I said, I didn't inspect the car underneath. So I don't know how it is. It could be okay, and it could be really bad also. So with this gearbox, so I had the computer plugged in, and it actually does tell you quite a few things. So it tells you how many kilometers the car's been driven in first, second, third, fourth, you know, all the gears. separately, so you know what mileage the gearbox has done. The one worrying thing, it did say that the clutch is 418% worn, so I don't know what that means. Does it mean that he accepts certain wear up to hundreds of percent? I don't know. Or is it actually on its fifth clutch that is worn about, what, 18%? I don't know. But when I added all the kilometers for each gear, it looks like this gearbox, well, this clutch has done 33,000 kilometers. So it's not too bad. It's not brand new either. So I don't know. Also, the way you drive this, so this car really doesn't like crawling in a standstill traffic, which is what I'm experiencing right now. So if you have it in automatic mode, it will shift for you, but you can't really drive it. I mean, I was watching videos, you know, from other people in terms of how do you use this gearbox, and I learned that you don't really drive it in a automatic mode as such. So with manual, whenever the car wants to shift, you take off the accelerator, let it shift, and you go back on it, because it's still got clutch. It's still, you know, it's like it's automated clutch, so you haven't got the clutch pedal, but the car will have to clutch in and out for you. So I think this is the worst for the car now. So we're crawling, so I go into first. So it likes to be all or nothing, more or less, I think. And also when you got it in automatic mode, you just don't know when it's going to change. Sometimes it keeps it up to 3,000-4,000 RPM, then it shifts. Sometimes it's barely 2,000 and then it shifts. You just don't know. And you know, if you're accelerating, it shifts for you, then you sort of go, you know, no torque to more torque again, and it's just not very comfortable. But supposedly it's really good, this gearbox, on the higher revs. So when you are higher revs, you can literally just shift, and yeah. But I'll see what the guy will tell me. So the gearbox, I will ask him about the clutch, and also for him to look underneath the car, and depends what he says, I'll make a plan for the car. I've looked online a lot on eBay, so there are parts available for this car. You know, new shock absorber is about £1,200 from Maserati, but I can find one for less than 200 second hand. Okay, so I know this shock absorber is leaking. That came up on MOT. There were advisories for subframes corroded, and these advisories were there already 6 years back now. So yeah, and also one of them said corroded but under sealed. So there is some degree of under sealed there, I guess. But the worst thing is when the moisture gets under, and you don't even know it, because it's a black one, the like rubbery one, under seal on these cars. So yeah, that's the main thing really. Subframes are about £2,200 new. You can get them. But then again, I found one for just over £200. Obviously, it's whole loads of labour to drop it off and remove everything from it. But you know, if that's the case, I'm still gonna do it, and I will do it myself. And I will also ask him how does he feel about someone like me working on these cars, whether, you know, I'm a complete lunatic, or maybe I feel like it's just nuts and bolts. And also, I joined the Maserati club online, I think European one, and from that I was able to download a full workshop manual, about 3,200 pages with pictures on everything you need to kind of do on the car, and whatever you want to do, whether electrical or mechanical. So if I have, you know, right tools and follow the instructions, I should be able to bring this car, you know, to its former glory with my own hands, and not a ton of money and not selling my kidneys. But the way it drives at the moment, it's when I imagine this car, how to drive, I'll never guess, because it is really set up as a cruiser. as a motorway cruiser. It's so soft, it's just incredible. But it's got the sport setting which supposedly will change the suspension to firmer suspension. It's got this skyhook system, what they call, and it's electronically adjusted, and you know, it should work whichever way you want it to work. Sorry, just letting through. So yeah, it drives nice. So the torque, the engine is lovely. The engine is so amazing. The only downside to this engine is I can't really hear it here. You know, the way it sounded outside to you guys when we started the video, when we started the car, you don't really get that here. And my other thing is I think I'm gonna replace the metal muffler with crosspipe. I've seen some guys do it. It's very easy, appears to be, and you just bring quite a bit more sound, because these Maseratis with that engine, they actually sound better than Ferrari with the same engine. So you really, and if it's not my daily, you know, it's lovely. If it's not my daily, then you know, if it's a little bit louder, I don't mind, right? And for a road trip, you know, you're still gonna do it, that's fine. So like I said, it drives really nice. There is an occasional squeak, mostly here, and I think the rear. I'm still thinking whether I should, you know, tell the guy what I already found on the car, or should I just leave him to it, see what he can find, whether he's got a systematic way of checking it. I also want to find out for me and for you guys if it's worth it, because I can just take it to this car to MOT station and have it checked, right? In terms of safety, suspension, all of that stuff, and it will cost me only about £40. So with Maserati specialists, you're looking at about £250, which is £205 plus VAT what I'm paying for, you know, today for dropping the car off to him. But I feel like it is the right thing to do. So I want someone who knows these cars to point me in the right direction, because they might tell you, okay, this is normal, but this, it appears okay, but you have to do it, and stuff like that. Also about parts, or maybe they got source of parts far better than what you can find online, or maybe there is replacement parts that we don't know, that are much cheaper to whatever you can find. So this is what I really would like to know, find out. So I guess we will find out soon. I'll go this way, there's traffic. So yeah, if the car is good enough to make any effort, which I think it is, but yeah, it may not be the case. And also, yeah, if it is good enough, then what do I have to do, and can I do it myself? But yeah, so I'm gonna stop this now. I've got 28 minutes left, and I'll ask the guy if he would like to be on the camera and just say maybe a few things about what he does and about these cars. It would be nice to hear, but we'll see if he's willing to accept my invitation. But yeah, I'll see you there, and I'll probably see you in 2 days time, which for you will be now. But in 2 days time I'll be collecting the car with the list of things that are wrong with it. So yeah, fingers crossed. See you then.